Recently, we launched our first game and the launch sucked. Not that I'm complaining, I'm quite grateful for it, but there were a lot of negative feedback we got, and that's just part of the territory of being a game developer, and especially like me, having your face on camera out on the wide world, go and roast. It can be really hard sometimes to deal with all the comments you get, deal with the reviews you get that maybe aren't as positive, and just also deal with the fact that making games isn't the easiest thing to do. But I don't want to be a downer. So this video, I just want to talk a bit about the reasons why you should keep developing. Even if you feel like shit, or you feel like, you're not getting any progress, or you're having a lot of like negative feedback, nobody likes your game, I still want to, cheer you up a bit. You're still doing great. This is what I had to do basically to myself the first few weeks when I was coping, had to do to my team. And now I hope that I can inspire you guys a bit as well. I want to go over some of the reasons why I think that you should still be proud that you're a game developer, and why you should continue being a game developer and ignore them haters. And I think the first thing you need to keep in mind if you're a developer is that I can guarantee you 100% staying persistent will lead to success. If you show up every day and every day you improve something about your game, maybe even your next launch won't be a success, or the launch after that. But I can tell you that if you just keep up doing what you're doing and actively seek out improving every day, leaving the game in a better state than when you started working on that in the morning, one of your games will be a success. And apart from just the games being a success, you will also greatly improve. And this isn't just game dev related, this is life related. If you show up every day to something, which you've been doing, you've been showing up to game development, and hey, this is like the worst paying IT field with the worst kind of work ethic and hours required, you're still showing up. You're making it hard on yourself because you have that passion to just entertain others. You could be like writing mainframe code if you just cared about the money, but you also have a passion. And if you can tap into that, and if you can keep every day showing up, you're going to improve so much as not just a game developer, but as a human being in general. So for that, I want to say good job and keep doing it. Don't be discouraged of the days where you don't feel like you're making a lot of progress, because deep down, just the fact that you showed up that day, even though you didn't feel like it, you're making progress. And even if you don't feel like, you are making a lot of progress, still you're embracing the challenge. Don't look at other game developers. Don't look at someone who made Stardew Valley, for example, and how they did it solo in 5 years and are like swimming in money now. Look at how you were 1 month ago. Look at how you were maybe just 2 weeks ago. You've probably improved a lot already by then. And if you don't, well, then look at yourself 1 year ago. I can guarantee you that you will be like, hey, actually, my life has improved since last year. That's definitely the case for me. Even though our launch maybe wasn't that great, and even though I don't make as much money anymore now, because before I had a 100K a year job, I still feel like I as a person improved. I still feel like I am a better person now than I was 1 year ago. I'm definitely more happy still. I'm doing a job that I like. I have a lot more freedom in what I do with my life. And I have learned so many new things. 1 year ago, I felt like I had nowhere to progress anymore. Whereas now, every day I have new challenges, I learn new things, I suddenly have to get a mini bootcamp on how to market things. I'm a YouTuber, which is something I've been dreaming of being since I was like 14, but never really accomplished. And you need to be proud of those things. And you shouldn't compare yourself with anyone else. This is also something that, when we got like all of those negative comments, and you probably get them as well, like, oh, this game looks so dumb. Whoever thought this was a good idea? Well, usually the people who write that are like 27 years old and still live in their mom's basement. And it's really hard the first times you get this comment. And it's really hard the first times you get these comments. But even these are just challenges you go through. I'm grateful for those comments now because I've improved so much in how to deal with feedback. That's not always the best or the most constructive. Still, you learn. Like the first time we got bad feedback, I was like devastated. Nobody talked to me for like a few days, or like I would be just so doom and gloom. Whereas now we get like comments and it's like, yeah, it stings a bit, but I don't get impacted by it anymore. I've gotten so much growth in like dealing with feedback that I didn't have in the past 3 years. I never really got any negative feedback, and I was scared for like this moment that would come where I suddenly had to deal with the feedback. And I'm grateful that I can push through it, and you should be as well. Every challenge is an opportunity for you to keep growing. And if you do grow, make sure you celebrate it. And you don't have to like buy a cake or whatever and celebrate it. You can just hang out with some friends and just talk to them about what you've achieved. Doesn't need to be big. Some things that we did was we were working on our game and we weren't really getting anywhere, but we were like, hey, let's just go to this convention and showcase our game there. Our game was a hot pile of mess really back then, yet we still stood there, we still sold our games, and this was a massive win. This is something that, you know, you look back on and you're like, wow, this was so great that we did. Or even if it's just like, you know, you release a demo or you share a GIF with the world of your game and it has like 10,000 views on Reddit, celebrate these things, because those are things that you most likely never thought were possible just a few weeks ago before you actually did it. And these things, once again, they build how strong you are as a person and they improve just how you are in general. And you know, it can be really hard sometimes to just get stuck in this loop of I'm not really making any progress. But look, I can guarantee you, you've done something in the past 2 weeks that is worth celebrating. Whether it's that you finally finished like a major part of like your level, or maybe you got a first meeting with a possible investor. Doesn't even mean that they're interested, but still it's a win. It's your first and you've achieved something. Be proud of that. So know that I have full faith in you, that if you keep showing up, you keep processing whatever comments go into your way, you keep improving upon it, and you keep building resilience, whether it's to low motivation or negative feedback or, you know, not a lot of progress, you are going to improve. And not just that, you're going to become such a great person that I'm proud of you. And I want you to know that. Game development in general is quite a supportive community, especially if you talk to other game developers. But sometimes it can still be really easy if you go outside of the game development world and just into the gaming world, which is a horribly toxic cesspool sometimes, well, most of the times. You need to hear these kinds of things, I feel. So that's why I made this video. That's really all I had to say. I just wanted to say that I'm proud of you, because I just wish that I could watch this video when I released my own game a few weeks ago. So if you're new here, we're a game development studio. We made our own game, didn't go so well. We make videos about it and just general game design things in general, game development things. If that's something that interests you, be sure to go down below and maybe subscribe, as we make this content twice a week. Also, how's your life going? Have you improved a lot as a game developer? I love to interact with you guys. Let me know down below in the comments as well. And that's really all I had to say. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!